As an editor, you should know the first 10 seconds of your edit are the most important.
Your hook is literally everything.
At a very high level, in the most basic sense, when it comes to intros or hooks, the name of the game is intrigue. The last thing you want as an editor is your viewer clicking away in the first 10 seconds. You have to make sure that your viewer is intrigued. Now, the fact of the matter is there are 1,000 different ways to edit a good video that has intrigue, so there is no perfect solution, but today I want to go into some of the ways that myself, edit my intros for TMS Productions and some of the ingredients that I constantly go back to that I think when combined and balanced create a lot of really good intrigue. Now, if we are going to refer to these as ingredients, just like cooking, everything's within balance and within taste, and the more you do it, the better your eye gets at kind of maybe feeling like something might be a tad heavy-handed. That's why you just got to do the reps and keep editing. Ingredient number one, and probably the most important tool, in my opinion, for good intros is the voiceover. You've probably heard it before. People say, show, don't tell. The voiceover is a complete life hack that seems like it could potentially be overused, but time and time again always works, and for some reason we don't get tired of it, and that is because it magically allows you to show and tell simultaneously. Ingredient number two, good music. This video is not sponsored by anyone, so I'll tell you guys some of the places I prefer to get music. The number one place is Epidemic Sound, and the reason for me as to why I use it personally, and again, this is not sponsored, I'm just speaking as an editor, is because Epidemic has the best way to split out the tracks into stems, which, as someone who loves music and playing around with music, being able to break up tracks and make them completely my own and unique is kind of just something I'm addicted to, and I think it sets my hooks and really other, people who do this hooks kind of ahead of the game. Ingredient number three, sound effects. Let's just talk about sound effects since we talked about music. I love using Epidemic Sound for sound effects, but sound effects in general can make or break a hook. They can be used to build suspense, whether it's risers, bass drops to leave you hanging, rustling of paper, or whatever the case may be. These are all sound effects that I use every single time to really spice up an intro and cause a lot of intrigue. Like I said, Epidemic Sound is one of my favorite places for sound effects, as well as lens distortions. They just have really good sound effects, and I bought a pack a long time ago, and to this day, use it all the time. The next ingredient, and one that I think is just completely invaluable to a great hook, is stock footage. Stock footage can absolutely elevate an intro. It's just a fantastic way to really fill in that voiceover, both with the clips that you have for the rest of your video, as well as making sure you kind of get some new, interesting, and pointed shots that get the message across exactly as you want it. When it comes to stock footage, I primarily have used Storyblocks and ArtGrid. I like them both. I've used them both, but stock footage, a fantastic ingredient. The next ingredient that I always go to, and again, this is kind of similar to stock footage. You can get these from stock footage sites, or you can find packs of them on the internet, and that is film burns and overlays and, light leaks, that kind of thing. These are amazing for intros. And last but not least, and this is an obvious one, but I think it goes without saying, use footage from the rest of your video, from the rest of your edit. A good editor wants to tease those important moments that are coming up in the rest of your videos. So while you don't want to give everything away, pick those moments that fit really well with the voiceover and kind of give a little bit of a tease as to what is coming in the rest of your video. That's it, folks. There you have it. Remember, good editors try to mix all of these ingredients in balance, and there's probably a lot of other ones that people use that I don't even use myself, so comment down below what you do to make a great hook. I'd love to know. And with that being said, guys, don't forget, as always, to edit like you give a